What is up, everybody? It's your girl Emma Pearl here, bringing you a very special video. Ever since I have been consciously aware of what eating is and what food is, I've always loved pumpkin pie. I've never really had that much store-bought pumpkin pie. Now that I am a 28-year-old lady and I can do whatever I want mostly, I'm just gonna start buying more pie. So part of that journey is discovering whose pumpkin pie I really like best. So we have Archer Farms, which is Target. We have a Walmart pumpkin pie. We have a gigantic Costco pumpkin pie. We have a Randall's mini pumpkin pie because I couldn't find a full-size pumpkin pie there. And then of course we have the H-E-B pumpkin pie that I purchased and was pretty impressed by. So, while I am a pretty spontaneous person sometimes, like deciding to go buy 4 pumpkin pies on a Saturday, I also like to be scientific where I can, which is why I bring you the pumpkin pie rating system. So we have your rating system. We'll list the retailer, the color 1 through 10, the texture 1 through 10, the taste 1 through 10, the taste with Cool Whip 1 through 10, and the overall score, which is not 1 through 10. I will add up all of the scores. I made a mistake on the sheet. I'm not printing out more. We're gonna start off this journey. I'm not sure which pie to go with. Honestly, the Target pie, the Archer Farms pumpkin pie, is still frozen. I think they just put it out on the shelf when I went to go pick it up. So we'll probably wait on that one. Let's go ahead and start with the Walmart pie. I don't know how to open it. So, this is not a huge pie. It doesn't say how big it is, but I obviously have bigger pies, and that's discounting the Costco pie, which is gigantic. Bottom is a little sticky. Put that on the ground. This is kind of like more orangey orange and less rich, which I kind of like because I want my pumpkin pie to be like pumpkin-y and made with real pumpkins, and so I kind of like a more vibrant orange color. The top is not like super baked either, which is interesting. So Walmart, I'll probably give it like a 6 out of 10 for color. All right, let's see how this goes. That cut pretty well. Good sign there. Why is this so difficult to get out? There we go. There are crumbs everywhere. Okay, so our next variable we want to test is the texture. So let's pull a fork through this and see how it goes. The texture is really nice, actually. And the taste, I'm honestly really impressed with, but it starts sweet and then it kind of develops into a more pumpkin-y flavor, and then you get like this hit of spice at the end of the bite. The crust is like really doughy, which is something that I personally really like. So for texture, I'm gonna give this one honestly like an 8. Taste on its own, I think I'll also give an 8. This pie is way spicier than I expected it to be. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of Cool Whip, like whatever this spoon is, this spoonful of Cool Whip onto the pie, maybe. Let me tell you, I am shocked. This is so good. And for some reason, it brings out almost like a buttery flavor in the crust. Taste with Cool Whip, I'm gonna give that a 9. So the Walmart pie scored a 31 out of a possible 40, which I think is pretty good. For comparison, this is the Costco pie, and this is the Walmart pie. This is a lot of pie. Woo! These slices are gonna be huge too. So now everybody's favorite part where I struggle to transfer a pie onto the plate. It's like huge. The color on this pie is like weird in that it's kind of inconsistent. As it goes in, it gets lighter, but for some reason, I'm very unsettled by the color overall. So I kind of want to give the color on this one like a 4. Let's take a bite. Interesting. So the texture on this pie is like kind of gross. Like it's almost grainy. It does not feel good to eat. For texture, I am giving this pie honestly like a 3. Actually, I'm gonna change that to a 4 because what I think is happening with the texture is the taste. This pie is not spicy, but it's not savory in a way that I like. Like it's savory in a way that I almost don't like. Like it kind of tastes maybe burnt. Let me try again. I really do not like the way that this pie tastes, and that's a bummer because I bought a huge amount of this pie. I don't like the way that this pie tastes. The crust is kind of grainy. I'm shocked that I don't like this pie more. So for taste, I'm giving this pie a 3. I don't want to eat this pie anymore. I love Cool Whip. Too much Cool Whip. Let's give it a shot. It makes the pie more edible, but I still don't like it. So I'll give it a 5 with the Cool Whip taste. Costco gets a 16 out of 40. To say that I'm shocked is an understatement. So next up, let's try the small pie that we have. This pie is from Randall's. They either had half of a big pie or a small pie, and I thought a half pie looked weird, so I got this little 6-inch pumpkin pie, 13 ounces of pie. You are about to be horrified by how I cut this pie. We are cutting 2 small half moons out of the sides to get a large inner piece. I think that this was a good idea. Okay, little pie. Okay. Lift. Oh no, I just did a terrible thing. The whole bottom crust is still in this pie tin. Oh, Grace. Let's really get under there. I think as long as all the elements are there, we're fine. There we go. There we go. Okay, okay. Yeah, there we go. I was gonna say the edges are a little bit more brown in the middle, but not like overly so. I was remarking that I thought that the edges and the middle were both brown, and I remembered that the edge of this pie is actually also the middle of this pie because of the weird way that I cut it. Color, I'm gonna give it honestly like a 7 or maybe an 8. Because when I think about a pumpkin pie, I think of like a rich with still a little bit of orange, and I think that this one is really hitting the mark in terms of the visual appeal of the pie. I did a bad job taking a fork out of this. I can't, this is just crust. Let me try it again. The first indication of texture was very weird. The texture is smooth, but it's still a little chunky. Very interesting. Texture, I'm gonna give it like a 5. I'll give it a 6. I think, again, I'm very distracted by the taste of this pie, which honestly is so heavy on, is it nutmeg? I'm gonna go get nutmeg and we're gonna figure out if it's nutmeg. Okay, bad news. I do not own nutmeg, so I don't know if it is nutmeg. Let me taste it again. I don't think it's cinnamon. I do think it is nutmeg. This pie, like for me, this tastes a lot like Christmas. This smells like potpourri that my grandma would have over her toilet during the month of December. Like it is so spiced, but the way that it is spiced, I do not love. Like, I don't know if you've ever had a Christmas beer. It honestly tastes like a Christmas beer blend of spices. Is it clove maybe? I am not a professional eater or chef, so anything that I say that is wrong, I'm gonna give it a 7. Cool Whip time. I thought I would feel more sick by now. It's the weekend, baby. If you wanna eat a whole pie, I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not obviously gonna stop myself, so I'm not gonna stop you. This pie keeps falling apart. I don't know. When it first entered my mouth hole, I was like, Nice. And then as I had more time to sit with it, I was like, no. Cool Whip does not make this pie taste any better or worse, so I'm gonna give that a 7. Randall's pie has scored a 28 out of 40. As it sits in my mouth longer, I'm like, I don't like this pie. But the spice level is so much more than I expected from a grocery store pie. When I went to Target today to pick this up, it was out on a shelf, like it wasn't refrigerated, but it was very obviously frozen. And I think that when we cut into this, we are going to discover that it is still a little bit frozen. This does not feel safe. This pie smells like pizza. All right. So the crust is even all the way around except for right there. There's still ice crystals on this pie. I had it in my Jeep while I was driving to 6 different retailers today. Because I also went to Whole Foods and they did not have any pumpkin pie. So if you've had Whole Foods pumpkin pie and you think it is better than any of these pies, leave me a comment and let me know. I'm really excited to hear about it. Okay, this pie is 100% frozen. Look at that. Okay. I think I got it. Okay. So color is pretty good, actually. I would give the color like an 8. I'll be honest, I'm a little nervous about the texture. Oh no, honey, that's definitely still frozen. Very cold. After giving it a second to like warm up in my mouth, that's what she said, I'm gonna give the texture like an 8. The crust is not as doughy as I like, but the texture of it is still nice. Let me get a less crusty bite to understand the flavor. It's not too spicy. It's a little sweet, but not too sweet. But it's honestly a little bland. Like it doesn't really have anything to it that makes me be like, ooh. I'm gonna give it a 6. Interestingly enough, the Cool Whip really enhances this one. I'm gonna give it an 8 with the Cool Whip. But I think that the Cool Whip really unlocks the potential of this pie and takes it from bland to pretty good. Target's Archer Farms pumpkin pie gets a 30 out of 40, which is a pretty good score. And I'm interested in trying this one once it kind of like defrosts a little bit. Defrosting in the wheel well of my Jeep did not defrost it adequately. Who would have guessed? If you don't know what HEB is, that's pretty normal. HEB is very localized in that it's in one of the largest states in the United States. Don't know what HEB stands for. If you do, please tell me. I would love to know. This pie's a little old. Okay. I hope this pie isn't gonna make me sick, but if it does, it was worth it. I have no regrets. Okay. Wow, Emma, you're having a much easier time putting the pie on your plate from the tray. So I will give the color like an 8. Texture is good. I'd probably give the texture like a 7. The taste isn't bad, but it's not amazing, so I'm probably gonna give it a 5 out of 10. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 with Cool Whip. But the HEB pie got a 27 out of 40. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if it's because I bought this pie a while ago. Maybe I'm eating a pie that I should not be eating. HEB, please do not come for me. So I know you all wanna know, which pie is the best pie? HEB pie got a 27 out of 40. Target pie got a 30 out of 40. Randall's pie got a 28 out of 40. Costco pie got a 16 out of 40. And the surprising star is Walmart with a 31 out of 40. The pie doesn't look like a pie that I would be like, that's my pie, but it tastes incredible. I wanna try it again to make sure. And you know what, I'm just gonna barehand it because this is my life. Yeah, I still like it. Congratulations, Walmart pumpkin pie. You are the pumpkin pie that when I don't want to make a pumpkin pie, I'm gonna buy that pumpkin pie. The proof is in the pumpkin pie rating system, people. I have to now figure out what I'm gonna do with all this pie. So yeah, thanks for joining me on this journey of pumpkin pie. If you like the video, feel free to subscribe, feel free to like it, whatever you wanna do is fine with me. Let me know if you've had a better pumpkin pie from another retailer. I feel very invested in this now. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like I said, my name's Emma Pearl. Have a good rest of your day. I don't think humans were meant to consume this much pumpkin pie. I feel like my stomach is a brick full of spices, but I had a really good time. I had a good time.